Alright. So, there's the moon. Oh, that's how the moon normally looks. What? What? Oh, it's just some smudges on the phone. Alright, look, this is what I wanted to talk about, people. Look at the lighting right here. Alright, no, but seriously, this is what I wanted to talk about. Alright, I mentioned earlier the false arrest thing, right, from 2014. Alright, and like later I found it in the Bible. It said you'll be taken to prison, stripped, mocked, beaten. I was injected. Some of you 10 days, some of you 3.5 days, some of you will die. I lived 3.5 days, got out on Christmas Eve. No charges, no fingerprints, a jail and a prison, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Kellytown prison over there. Kellytown jail, Bucks County prison. Anyway, I was a little freaked out. Afterwards, I kind of went on a little trip with the Lord of Googling all kinds of shit. And I was experiencing things. Now, I don't know if in the psyche they attack with the witches and the FBI and the CIA and the Mensa people and their scanner jammers and their machines or whatever. But I think for a few months they were targeting me. There was a weird time too where Verizon, I found AT&T with that thing that twirls around the world thing. That, woo, yeah, there's something with them too. Verizon was trying to strap shit to my house. I was like, nobody here has fucking Fios. Nobody's getting Fios. Nobody pays for cable. Nobody has a TV. You know, anyway, that was in North Philly, a house painted black that I was renting at the time. That's when this happened too. So think about that. Then I found out they had some weird black house shit going on. I didn't even know about the shit. I just happened to rent there because it was cheap. Point is, I had read about some shit where they had some Jade Helm shit, the CIA little witch bastard, little bitch bastard children, evil little drug bastard children. They're like white Hezbollah and shit, or whatever color they are, it doesn't matter. They were doing some Pindar thing. They've been trying to do, like, it's like voodoo, like putting pins in people. They try to mentally, like, attack people in weird ways. They had some Project Jade Helm. They had this thing I found. It was like a way to try to attack your brain with frequencies to get your mind stuck in a fucking hamster wheel where it just like, it's like a mind jamming thing. Yeah, they have fucking devices and machines and frequencies and shit like that. The Lord will protect you from all this shit though, but don't do drugs, don't drink even, stay sober. Like Jesus said, stay sober, stay well guarded, because when the sons of man descend upon you at a day, a time, an hour that you know not, it'll be easier to reckon with us, he says. Okay? But before, I haven't looked it up in years, because I just trust God. And I know he's bringing the beast system down, and he said every enemy of God is going down. But still, I kind of want to know what company made this hamster wheel thing. I looked that up so long ago, I don't remember. And it's on a computer that I don't use anymore. So I couldn't even go back in right now and check the history unless I went to the place where the computer's at and located it. But who makes frequencies? This is MK Ultra shit. Like, you know, Hillary Clinton, John Podesta emails, we're gonna need MK, is a quote. Never mind all the pizza handkerchief, pizza map comments and walnut sauce. But MK Ultra, and then some other shit just got declassified from the CIA with MK, but all these child molesting Satanists, like, their whole method is, if we can abuse you and bewilder you, God said they put you in the pit of bewilderment. See, what they do is, if they can't trick you, they'll try to drug you. If they can't soft MK Ultra you into rebellion and drugs and acting like a fool and ruining your own life, then they'll try to do it harder by brutality and abuse. And it's called SRA, Satanic Ritual Abuse. And all these scumbags have been doing it. And even here, Central Bucks School the other day, I'll post the pictures, but there was a whole thing with teachers and abuse, and the person who was in charge of the school district hadn't reported it, and they weren't doing anything about it. And I read some of the reports, and it was like one child was like forced to masturbate. There was all this like weird psycho mental abuse, like not letting them drink water, and like it was just like these really odd forms of abuse, except for the stuff that was sexual. And then there was one that was like forced to sit naked. But I mean, this is like going on in like Bucks County, Pennsylvania has a reputation for being like pretty, especially upper Bucks, which that is. Central Bucks, upper Bucks is like money. And it's like, this is what they're doing in the schools. And it goes on with multiple reports over and over, and then it got quieted. That sounds like the Clintons' FBI when she was head of state. You know, everything gets, or the Vatican. Oh, everything, all this abuse stacks up, and then it gets reported up to the fake top, because their fake elitists is actually they're scumbag pieces of shit, and they're the least light, least illuminated. They say, oh, we're Illuminati. No, you're dark as fuck. You know what I mean? But what is this hamster wheel fucking technology? The thing is, I know there was some scanner jammer weird technology and the weird shit people were using on people, and some of this shit was outlawed in Russia years ago. Then here, they didn't put any laws on it until just a few years ago. And except Michigan State had a set of laws because they knew, because they had 2 doctors who had previously worked in Maryland that were running experiments, but acting like they were helping homeless or doing some other research or doing something else. And then they were fucking with people's heads, and they knew it could cause up to accidents, car accidents, death, because they could throw your fucking mind off so bad. And so they made state laws in Michigan State for property damage that could have ensued from doing this, up to death. And people could have go to prison for, there's the crooked DMV. DMV sells fake IDs to terrorists that they insource to try to make the rest of us poor like Egypt, Babylon. That's why all this needs to stop. How many jobs have I never gotten hired for in my own country? Because they got a steady supply of criminals in their little alliances, their little old-timey drug dealer alliances and all, huh? And it's not even good drugs, it's dirty drugs that they put laced with fentanyl. You know, some of them put body parts in drugs. I heard about ecstasy pills from Korea that had dead corpse parts found in it, because some labs do confiscate this shit and break it down and find the impurities that are in it and analyze it. There's disturbing shit. I even heard, oh, speaking about the CIA and the hamster thing, there was also something about, what was it with drugs? Oh, nano spiders. Like, they were putting, like, nanotech in to try to torture people's minds. I mean, they've done a lot of things to animals that I think they'll probably end up burning in hell for, actually. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Hell is one of the least enjoyable things there could possibly be, besides being completely deleted from the universe. You know, you people better think about what you're doing. Anyway, I don't like these types of things that they do, and I don't like their little mind witchcraft and their sciences or their machines and all this shit. I just want to comment on that. Maybe people would be interested to look it up too, but I really think it shouldn't be that hard to expose it. And as far as the government, we're funding a government, I like Trump, full of people that they have access to all this. Another thing is, scammers are calling me, okay? It says scam likely on the phone. This started over 10 years ago. Now, I had saved one as scam likely, and now they come up as scam likely, though it's not the same phone, and they have it on their caller ID. It's like God did something to label them, to warn us all, I guess. But it's funny, because I programmed scam likely in a long, long time ago, and then now all these different scammers call and says scam likely. But I told them off. I don't always answer, but I said, God and Jesus hate a liar. You know, and I yelled at them. I said, are you fucking serious? It says scam likely on your caller ID. Like, you guys are still trying to scam people, even though they know right away it's a fucking scammer? What the fuck is this shit? The point is, why don't the cops stop this? What about the FBI? It has cybersecurity department. How come the cops aren't constantly doing stings to find all these fucking pedophiles and people who work on the black lab that, you know, cut off babies' arms or pour hot oil on babies and kill children on live shows? All of this could be easily prevented, and the kind of money that goes into all your salaries in the FBI and cybersecurity departments, never mind you have that whole other department that used to trade everyone's porn around illegally, whatever the fuck they are, the fucking N something or whatever, more of the shit. You guys have tons of people. There's 35,000 people or so in the FBI. You're all making big money. Guys, I work for 14 something an hour at a fucking Giant, okay? You guys get big money to do your jobs. It should be done efficiently. This shit's easy to figure out. These people could be traced and located very simply. And I don't know why this is even printed. They could even furthermore be blocked in ways. There's networks over here. The house I was staying at, the house next door to it over there, there's an old lady, and she got scammed, and somehow she believed them. It was something like her computer, and she had something going on with the Best Buy, and they pretended to be them or something. And they told her she owed them the money and this and that and the other. They came, and somehow she's an old lady, okay? Her husband had just died not long ago. She's probably in a bad state of mind. They got $25,000 cash at her, and they came in person and picked it up from her. That she went out to the bank and came back and brought them cash. But they have local agents. There's got to be a network of these people, and they're in our neighborhoods. How come the cops can't solve this? They've had this lady's computer for months. You're going to tell me you can't find these people? I think there's very advanced ways to find these people, and I think that the problem might be that it's organized within the system. And I just think there needs to be a focus on that, of really getting rid of these people when it's like an easy way. Like, real IT people know even all that ransomware and shit could be avoided. There's ways to figure out who's doing what and get rid of it. There is. There's better people who know more than a lot of the shitty end scammers, you know, and there's honey traps and honey pots and stuff you could set for them. And there's ways to figure out who these fucking people are. And there really is. And the FBI and the cybersecurity department and all that knows, and the military too, okay? I think you guys should really just hunker down and do your fucking jobs and make this country nice again. MAGA. Jesus. Right?